Right. Good evening. If you are online and have just logged on to the Exploring AI Tools with Dr. Phiny orientation session, I see that currently not so many people are logged on now. Um, it's 6:01 by my clock. Um, what we are going to do is we are going to remind others that it's time so that we don't leave people behind. And so if you've just joined us, we would like to do one thing now. Let's quickly go back to our um, WhatsApp groups, wherever we are, and then remind people that it's time. It's time for the orientation session. Okay. So let's quickly remind others. I would give us a couple of minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes, so that we can quickly catch up with our friends. Okay. So if you just joined us, I'm saying that there are very few of us here now, and we'll be starting pretty soon. I don't want a lot of people to miss the orientation because it's going to be a one-time orientation. And so just go back into the group, just type, um, it's time, we are live, so that we can actually start today's orientation, and then we will be done with in less than an hour. Okay.
Guys, guess what? HomeNet is here.
HomeNet is here.
HomeNet is here.
HomeNet is here.
Hey, hello everyone. I have good news for you. I just want to tell you that HomeNet is here to stay.
Right. I believe we can start now. If you have a friend, a colleague who is not here that you know by name, I think now would just be the right time to inform them that we are starting. Because in about the next minute or two, I will just have to get us started with our. Okay, okay. I see people are already here. I see Dr. Bennis is here. Great to have you here, Dr. Bennis. Amazing. Diane is also here. Right. If you are here, just type in "I am here and ready" into the comment box. Let's acknowledge your presence right before we start. I can already see Dr. Bennis. A big thank you and shout out to Dr. Bennis. Yes, I can see Derek Ajeni Mboaten also here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. He says we are here. I imagine who and who he is with that qualifies for he. Yes, David Berima is also here. Awesome. And Nana Jan is also here. Amazing. Ignatius, I am here and ready. Amazing. All right. Okay. I can also see Dr. Vanessa. Oh, amazing. I am also here and ready. All right. So am I. I'm also here and ready. Okay. So let's not waste any more time. So I'm pretty sure most of you are here because you saw a flyer with a WhatsApp link that directed you all the way to this place. Um, Today, we are going to kick off something interesting that is going to hopefully start a chain of reaction in you to get to know AI tools, get to explore them even better, and incorporate their use in your life. My name is Dr. Phiny Kruma. Um, I would be your AI instructor, but today I'm just going to be the one that is going to be orienting you on what to expect for as many of you that have hopped on onto this opportunity. Right. So I'm just going to share my screen now, and then we would get ready with the orientation. I believe I'm audible because I can see a lot of comments that responded to an earlier instruction. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Right. Please, can you see the screen? Okay, if you can see the screen, just say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right. Okay. Um, so today is going to be an orientation on what to expect for the Exploring AI Tools with Dr. Phiny. Um, the whole initiative was one that was birthed forth by the Holistic Medic Network. It's very important to acknowledge that because I wasn't personally thinking about starting a program like this until the executive director in the person of Dr. Bennis brought the idea up, and I was like, "Oh, really? That's good." Personally, I've always loved to share my knowledge and skill with people. That's what I enjoy doing. That's my true passion. And so when she brought it up, I was like, "Well, that's great." Um, like uh, like an astronaut that is in their spacesuit, let's go exploring these things. And so that's why you see an astronaut today. Um, I'm pretty sure some of us just heard about AI tools, but AI, interestingly, has been around longer than we have lived. For most of us, it's been around longer than even Ghana had its independence, and it's interesting. AI has gone through a lot of phases. A period where AI promised so much, and people had so much expectation for AI, and it flopped. And because it flopped, funds were cut off. And after funds were cut off, a couple of years later, in the 1980s, people started, I mean, governments started investing into AI. And then there was a boom in AI. With AI, even at a point, defeating human beings in chess play. But fast forward, I think the exponential growth of AI has been in current years, roughly about 10 to 15 years ago, where we've seen this boom of AI tools, and we are all hearing about AI everywhere. And so today we are going to go through what to expect for this program that you have locked on. Now, what do we intend? What is our entire objective for putting this program together? We didn't want to talk too much concerning this. We have just two objectives. All right, two objectives. The first is to train the participants on how to use AI tools. Okay, some AI tools that is going to make your everyday task easier. Okay, things that you probably do on the regular easier. Okay, and secondly, and to me that is most important, okay, is to spark that desire in you to start being curious about AI tools, okay, and decide to incorporate their use more in your task. And personally, I wasn't into AI tools even about a year ago. I was not. I think I started using even the popular chat GPT less than a year ago, probably even less than 6 months ago. I'd heard about it. I'd heard people talk about how they could complete their assignments with it. But I never actually found, maybe because at the time I just completed, graduated school. And so I didn't really find a need for it. But then one time I wanted to help someone with their application letter, went ChatGPT, and then it came out with something nice, gave me nice ideas, gave me nice words. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. And then ultimately, I started enjoying using AI tools. And so, what we hope to achieve at the end of this um, training program is that we would ignite in you a desire to be curious about AI tools. At this point in my life, I'm almost convinced that there's an AI tool for any and every task. Uh, and so we just want to get you excited to go out there searching for AI tools, um, experimenting on your own, and choosing which AI tools work better for you, which work best for you, and then incorporating them in your daily task. Right. So essentially, what is this program all about? So the Exploring AI Tools with Dr. Phiny is going to be a weekly video tutorial, okay, on relevant AI tools, like I mentioned earlier. The videos are going to be pre-recorded and then worked on, and then they'll be streamed live. All right, and then they will be held on. The streaming will be held on Sunday evenings, 7 p.m. GMT. Okay, um, we do this streaming, or this streaming is going to be done here on this YouTube page. Okay, so if you are currently here, if you are looking and viewing and hearing me on this video, and you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube page, it would pay it would pay you great dividends to subscribe now. All right, just take a minute, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the bell so that anytime our recorded videos are streamed live, you get notified, and then you can hop on and get yourself updated. In total, we are going to be doing 12 what I call power packed lessons. And these lessons are not just going to be things we just teach you and just leave you. Okay, we are going to add some weekly assignments to it, just to make things fun, if you would like, or just to keep you accountable for the things you learn. Okay, so most lessons are going to be compressed, but because we are spacing them out weekly, we are sure there's not going to be much of academic pressure on you in that regard. What should you expect? So, in the video tutorial that we are going to be sharing with you, is going to be a step-by-step training, step-by-step how to do things. Okay, so whatever video we are going to upload, we are going to teach you how to do things click by click, okay, step by step. Nothing is going to actually escape you. Okay, it's not just us telling you do this, do that, but we are going to show you how to do it so that you don't miss out. And by the time you go through all the steps, you find out that you are an expert now. And it's going to be fun and exciting. The things you will learn, some of the tools, you probably may not use them on the daily, but it's just fun to have some of these tools that on several days you can go there and explore their use. The way we've structured our program is going to have a very orderly fashion so that the information we give you follows in a very proper manner, okay, for easy assimilation, so that you can easily understand what we are teaching you. No pressure, okay. And because we are spacing it out week by week, we believe that it's going to be under a relaxed manner. We know most of you are health professionals or students or career or have something going in the course of the week. And we feel that if we placed some of these lessons in the course of the week, it was going to compete for your time and your attention for work. And so we have spaced it out weekly so that you can have enough time to relax and to go through this thing gradually, and at the end come out very refined. And what you expect, you can expect that there will be help and support throughout your 12-week journey. Okay, but I must sound here that if you are going to need support and help, we would humbly implore you that you ask for the help and support early. Okay, ask for the help and support very early. Don't wait too late. We are done with maybe we are on lesson 6, lesson 9, and then you're asking for support on lesson 1. That's too far back, and it would sort of set the class back. So anytime you realize that you're encountering support in the course of the week, hopefully before the next tutorial video, just ask for help, and let's get you back on track and get you on your feet. So this is a briefing on our course outline for the 12 weeks. The first week, we will be looking at fundamentals of text prompting. We'll look at what a prompt is, what makes a prompt a good prompt, so that subsequently, when you are making your prompts, you would find that you get very crisp and refined results from your AI tools. Then in a second week, we'll take you a step further into generating images. Okay, what goes into making the right image prompting? Okay, and how to generate very realistic, what we call hyper realistic photos. There are photos you have seen around that you can almost instantly tell that this one looks like it was generated by AI. And there are also photos that when we start this journey and I show them to you, you cannot tell. It will be difficult. If I don't tell you that these ones were generated by AI, you most likely would pass it for an original photo. All right. And then in the third week, we would introduce how to generate some AI videos, and particularly with focus on how to get an AI character or an image to say what you want it to say. Okay, so we are going to, you've seen these videos around with maybe a character or a person that is saying something, being given a script to say. We are going to teach you how to do that. And then in the second week, we are going to teach you how to actually generate an entire video just by typing something. Okay, so if you wanted, say, a video of market women chatting, we are going to teach you how to do that. We're going to expose you to certain tools that is going to help you achieve that goal. And in the fifth week, what we have termed the student's companion. The student's companion is just a compilation of all AI tools that will be relevant for a student. And by student, we mean anyone that is engaging in any form of studies, whether it's an undergrad study, a postgraduate study. You would find that these AI tools, if you use them properly, would give you much benefit in terms of your studies. Okay. Then in the sixth week, we'll look at some few video effects and which tools to use for video effects, how to transition, how to change characters, how to just an exciting video effect. You would also learn from that. Then in the next half of our program, in week 7, we will teach you how to make some creative AI illustrations, creative AI designs, and workflows, okay, that you can use for your presentations or you can use for your work. In week 8, what we call AI entertainment, we are going to expose you to AI generated music. One of the fun things I love to do. Ever since I got exposed to that, I have generated quite a number of AI music. And trust me when I say that when we play the music, sometimes I have a difficult time believing that this was actually created by AI because it sounds so realistic. All right. And you would learn that too. In week 9, we're going to teach you how to generate certain apps, certain applications without needing to be a coder, without needing to learn a code. You just need to tell the AI to what you want, and it will generate a fully functional application for you without needing to be a coder or a programmer for that. And then in week 10, what we call a 3D world, we see that our world in its original sense is three-dimensional. Okay, and so the objects we see in our world more often than not has a height, a width, and a length. Okay, so we introduce you to tools that would help you make 3D models. Okay, 3D models. Week 11, I'm going to teach you how to make some stylish graphic designs, stylish logos, stylish text. And then in week 12, we're going to teach you or expose you to apps that function like ChatGPT but have certain unique characteristics and features. because we feel that ChatGPT and other, as you come to know, large language models are things that we use on the regular. And we feel that it helps to have other options besides ChatGPT, options that you can compare answers with, and then you can decide which works best for you. So, in summary, this is what we'll be doing in the entire 12-week period. Okay. And we will take everything step by step. We will teach you how to go through this in a very orderly fashion so that you are good to go. Now, I mentioned assignments earlier that our videos are going to be weekly with assignments. And when I was in medical school and in any school for that matter, I didn't really enjoy assignments. I didn't really enjoy assignments because it felt like school had followed you home. But like I mentioned earlier, assignment is a way of assessing whether you understood what was taught and a way for you to also express what you have learned. Okay, trust me, the assignments are not going to be difficult at all. I've had a lot of difficult assignments in my life, and I know that this one, for a fact, won't be difficult. It will be so easy to do and so easy to submit. So, how will you submit your assignments? Like I mentioned, assignments will be given out weekly. Okay, so they are not daily assignments, they are weekly assignments. And after each tutorial, we are going to give an assignment. Okay, we are going to ask you to submit these assignments onto a Google Classroom platform that we have created specifically for this program. All right. And the assignments are not for you to do at any time that you want. There are deadlines. There are deadlines to these assignments. And the deadline is a week, exactly a week after it was given, maybe a week and a couple of hours, because the tutorial video would air around 7 p.m. on a Sunday, and then we give the assignment, but you are supposed to submit the assignment at least before 12 of the following week Sunday. Once that time elapses, your assignment will be scored as zero. All right, irrespective of whether what you did was right or wrong, it will just be scored as zero. And if you're able to submit it before this, you will just score 100, a perfect score if your assignment is right and relevant to the question that was asked. We feel that one whole week should be enough time for you to be able to submit an assignment. Okay, irrespective of the kind of commitments you might have in the course of the week, we believe that if you want to be committed to this training program, then throughout your entire week, committing about 30 minutes to maximum 1 hour to complete the assignment, or even less, should be something that is achievable for all and sundry. Okay. We would share a tutorial video on our WhatsApp platform on how to submit your assignment so you are not lost, especially when you come for some of us who may be accessing the Google Classroom platform for the first time. We're going to share a video on how to submit your assignment so you are not lost at all. And like I said earlier, if you encounter any challenge in terms of technical challenges with regards to submitting your assignments, we would be there to assist you. I will be there to assist you. But again, I want to implore you to ask for assistance early. Don't wait till late Saturday evening or about 2 hours to the end, to the deadline, and that's when you're asking for assistance. I may not be available at the time, and it may be set a short notice to be able to offer proper assistance. And so, if you're going to need assistance, recognize that early, reach out early. Let's support you. Right. We are going to also be handing out certificates of participation, having gone through this program. And to obtain this certificate, you just need to do three things. Okay. To participate actively in the Exploring AI Tools with Dr. Phiny program. And like I mentioned, submit your assignments before the deadline. So I think what I would recommend is immediately you go through the tutorial video. Immediately you go through the tutorial video you will just submit your assignment before the deadline. So if you go through the tutorial video today, once the tutorial videos are not going to be too long, at most, at the very most, 30 45 minutes should be done, and you spend another 30 minutes submit your assignment so that you can relax throughout the whole week or practice some more throughout the whole week. And at the end of the program, like I said, every assignment that we give you is going to be graded. If you are able to submit it in time and it is relevant to the question that was asked, you are going to be scored 100% on that assignment. But if you fail to submit the assignment in time, then you score a zero. When the entire program is over, we are going to put all that you have scored together, and on average, you should score an overall grade of 70% or above 70% to earn a certificate. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it's we've done all the maths, we've done all the permutation and combination, and we can assure you that attaining 70% or higher is easy. It's easy, and we are trusting that every participant will be able to attain this. Now, what do you need to get started? Is because of this that I put together this orientation program. We have a few things we want you to get in place before we officially kick off with our tutorial videos come next week, Sunday. Okay. You would need a mobile device or a laptop. We recommend having a laptop because it's easier to use. The tutorial videos are going to be done on a laptop. Okay. And sometimes the interface of certain applications and certain tools on a mobile device differs from how it appears on a laptop. And so if you have a laptop, it makes it quite easier to follow the tutorial video. If you don't have a laptop, don't be alarmed. You can still use your mobile device. And if you have any challenges, just reach out and we'll guide you on how to do that. Of course, you're going to need internet connectivity, what we call data. Yeah, you need data. You need data for that. Good internet connectivity to watch the tutorial videos, to practice the tutorial videos, to excel at the tutorial videos. Again, you are going to need, we recommend that you get a new Gmail account. Okay, a new Gmail account. The reason is this: most of the tools we are going to learn would want you to have an account with them. Even, in fact, most of them are going to be free. You're going to have a free aspect of it and enjoy most of the features, but they are going to ask you to still have an account with them. And what I personally recommend is to have a separate Gmail account for these AI tools. That's what I have done. So personally, I have a primary Gmail account which I use for my official business. If I'm going to a school, I'm applying for anything official, that is what I use. But I created a new Gmail account purposely to access several AI tools. So any AI tool that I want to hop on or want to see what it's about, I just use that Gmail account so that I don't have my inbox flooded with messages from several AI tools, most of which I may or may not even remember what it is about. And so we strongly recommend that you get a new Gmail account. If you don't know how to do that, we could transition and then show you how to do that. It's very easy. You can get that set up this evening and you'll be ready to go come next week. Okay. And also, because we'll be submitting assignments on the Google Classroom, you need a Gmail account to access the Google Classroom if you don't have one. But I recommend that you get a new one solely for your AI tool exploration and journey. And finally, if you are going to excel at this, we believe that you should have the diligence and desire to complete this course. We weighed several options, and eventually we came out to doing this weekly for 12 weeks, which is going to span 3 months. And what we know is that when you have certain events spanning that long, oftentimes people just lose desire and then they just become relaxed and do not eventually complete the course. But we would greatly encourage you to be diligent in this course, okay, and take it seriously. We think it's one of value that you would attest to after all is said and done, and be committed to completing the course. Okay, just look at it as something you do just once a week for a while, and before you realize that 3 months will be all over, and you would have come out more refined than you began the course. Okay, this is all I have for you in terms of orientation. Um, I think I will take some questions now. If you have any question, particularly about orientation, what to expect, what you need to start, now would be a good time. Okay, now would be a good time. Okay, so I'm just hopping into the comment section. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the comment section, and I'll address it now. All right. So Diane wants to know that Diane says, please, what if you already have more than one Gmail account, one main one, and the other for things like this where your Gmail will be loaded? Okay, okay. If that's the case, then you can just go ahead and use the other Gmail account you use for such purposes. It would not conflict at all. If you have a separate Gmail account which you use for other secondary matters, that's fine. That's fine. You can use that. I just didn't want you having your main Gmail account overwhelmed by some of these messages, because certain AI tools send a lot of um, messages. Sometimes you don't even know when to unsubscribe from them. Yes, you will not still need a new one. You can just use the other one. Okay, so Ernest also wants to get some more insight into the certification. I'm not sure, by way of insight, what exactly you mean. And if you can specify or clarify that in the comment section, we'll be glad to help. Nanajan wants to also know if the apps we would use will be free. um, yes, yes. Most of the apps will be free. Most, if not all, will be free. I don't think there will be any app at all that would actually hop on that will require you to pay. Um, the all the apps would have a paid version, but we are going to use the free versions for now. And as and when you think you would need to do the paid version, you can do it. But most of the apps at the time that we're putting all of this together, um, all of them had a free version, and the free version has most of the features you will need. As we go through, I will show you certain limitations with the free version, and so that you don't just be using it and eventually run out of credits. Okay, let's take the next one. Yes, okay. But I just want to know if you can use a desktop computer. Oh, right. Yes, please. You can use a desktop computer. It would work well. So yes, pardon me. It's not it's not specifically a laptop, but yes, if you have a desktop computer, that will also work fine. It will also work fine. It will also work fine. Are we paying any fee for this training? Oh, interestingly, no. Interestingly, no. This is a free event organized by the Holistic Medic Network. If you don't know about the Holistic Medic Network, then you should know about them now, because they are putting all of this together for you. for free. Okay, and it's it's a network by health professionals who believe that health professionals have more to give than just in than just their service in terms of health. All right, and so we seek to develop the health professional, and by extension, anyone who would want to connect with us holistically. Okay, and so if you are not connected to us by now, I think that will be a very great time. So yes, the event and the training will all be free. Will we be downloading a lot of apps? No, no, please. You would not need to download the apps. I think if my memory serves me right, it's only one of the apps that you will need to download. Um, but aside that, most of the apps, yes, about all of them, you would just have to access them online, and so you don't need to download that. Okay. If there are any more questions, um, I will take that now. I think I've answered all of them. Right. Okay. I think Thomas has come back. Yes. Um, okay. Right. So you wanted to find out if the certificate was just for participation or to show that you are prolific with AI usage. I think the wording would be that you have participated in a program that has equipped you to be prolific with the AI usage. So it will bear both of it. It will bear both of such words. Ernest, I hope I have answered your question. You can just leave in the chat box if I have. If I haven't, you can ask a follow up to that. Okay. We've been here for 39 minutes. Okay. So Ernest says, thank you very much. Okay. So I believe that's all the questions we have for now. We've been here nearly 40 minutes. I want to thank you, Ernest. I want to personally thank you for coming out this evening in your numbers to hear about what to expect for exploring with AI tools with Dr. Phiny. Come next week, Sunday, we would air our first episode and continue subsequently for the next 12 weeks. Um, okay, a person just came in. Okay, so nowadays, nowadays there's been a lot of power outages at my end, and I know I'm not the only one. Yes, I agree. I agree. Would there be a consideration if on the day I need to submit an assignment, there's a power outage? That's a very tricky one. And I don't want to be the wicked examiner because I've always thought myself to be a very lenient and understanding person. But um, that's why we are given a week long duration. Um, I don't know for now if there are any power outages that last 1 week. I don't know. I doubt. And so that's why I recommend if we air the video today, say for example we aired it today, once you are done with the video, try your hands on what was taught and then complete your assignments. Okay. Just submit it on that day. Latest by Monday, you've submitted it so that throughout the whole week you would not have to bother about submitting assignments because sometimes you put it off and say you are going to do it later in the day, later in the day, later in the week, and the week gets too tiring. Before you realize it's Saturday evening, Sunday morning, you probably have to go to church. And in the course of the afternoon, you are tired. Before you realize it's almost 12 and you are under so much pressure. And that is when maybe ECG will try to also show you shaggy. And so I think start early. Would there be any consideration? No, no consideration. 1 week should be enough time. Please, will this video be recorded and uploaded on this channel as well? Yes, please. We will. The video is being recorded and it will be uploaded. Yes, please, it would be. Is there anything you recommend? Is there anything you recommend we should be doing related to this training from now till next week? Yes. Like I said, just some few things. Getting the new Gmail account, like I recommended. If you get that, that should be fine. Aside that, not much. Just burn with anticipation. Burn with anticipation towards next week's episode, which we said is going to be on foundations of text prompting. In the course of the week, we'll be sharing a video on how to submit your assignments on AI tools. Your assignments on the Google platform. If any question comes up that we think that you would probably also need a tutorial video, a short tutorial video to teach you how to, would share that as well. And then we'll share the link to the Google Classroom on the WhatsApp platform. So if you're not on the WhatsApp platform, you would actually be missing a lot, because we'll use that as the primary place for communication and disseminating information for all participants. Yes, please. Next question. All right. God bless you too, Meto Hinks official. Right. Okay. That pretty much sums up everything. And thank you all so much for coming out today and deciding to hop onto this program. Like I said, just decide to be diligent with this and have the desire to end the program and end it well. All right. And finally, if you have not subscribed to our channel, now would be a very good time to do so. Any further questions can be directed into our WhatsApp platform. I am there, even though you don't see me much. I am actually there monitoring everything that is going on. So I'll be there to address all your questions together with Dr. Benes. Once again, thank you all so much and do have a lovely evening. Bye.